I'm trying to start streaming on YouTube now. There we go. Okay, we're starting up. Okay, I got it this time. So I am live on YouTube and I'm live on Instagram. It's working. So if you got questions for me, just post them in the chat on Instagram, or if you're watching this on YouTube, post them there. I'm streaming on both places. I want to make sure I can see the chat. So if someone could go to my YouTube channel and just type something into, yeah, hi, okay, it's working. Hi. So it's working. This is cool. I got this new tripod thing. I'll show you it on YouTube. This is going to be like Inception. So I have this tripod thing for Instagram, so I can stream on Instagram. I thought it was very annoying when I did my first, how the hell did I have this thing set up? Like that, I think. I streamed for the first time I did a live stream like a week or two ago. I thought it was very annoying having to hold my phone, so I bought this like tripod thing, and it's really cool. So good investment is what I'm saying. So now I guess I'm just going to answer questions since I'm live. I'm going to eat lunch pretty soon, but I thought I'd do a quick live stream. So let's take a look at the chat. Can I make this bigger? Pop out chat. There we go. All right. So hi everyone. Hi Philip. Hi Ahmed, Milad, Sarah, Talal. I'm gonna butcher your names. Ibrahim, I think. Talal. Oh, this is a hard one. Giuseppe, I think. AD and Gulam. Hi, Shannon. Atib. Oh God, another hard one. Atibita. Let's take a look at the Instagram chat. Is there a way to make this chat bigger? I don't know. I'm an Instagram live stream noob. I think I just gotta scroll through them. Okay, I'm just gonna go through them. Hi everyone. Hi, everyone is saying hi. Barcode course with MVVM. That would be really cool. I would like to use Firebase's machine learning toolkit. Oh, this is just as annoying. I have this tripod, but I still have to extend my arm to scroll through all the comments. This sucks. There's got to be a better way to do this. Hi, Mitch. Thank you for making the learning so many things. Thanks for helping me learn so many things. My first application is a Play Store. That's awesome. I also want to hear about if you guys go and get jobs. I want to hear if you're going to get jobs, if you're having successful interviews, all that kind of stuff. Email me because I want to know your stories. I want to know that the things I'm teaching you are helping you. How often do I work out? I work out. Florian, Coding and Flow. Hi, welcome to the live stream. How often do I work out? I work out 4 to 5 days a week, generally doing weights. I actually injured my back. I injured it from sitting on the computer because I sit on the computer for so long. I have like a weird thing in my back, like my upper back behind my trap, and I can't really lift any heavy weight right now. So I've been doing more cardio only because I can't lift weights. But yeah, generally speaking, I work out 5 days a week. I've done that for over 10 years. It's just been a hobby of mine. Yeah, I also walk my dogs, which I think it counts. It's not like, intense exercise, but I walk my dogs for about an hour a day. Yesterday, I actually walked them for an hour and a half. So I do a lot of walking. But yeah, I mean, I like to work out, and I'd say about 5 days a week is generally how much. How to hack NASA with HTML. I have no idea. You are going to have to talk to somebody else about that. Hello, everybody. Naaman, oh, that's a hard name. Zekasuza, Imva, Samir. So many hard names to pronounce. I had a successful interview. Hitter. Tell me about your interview. You just got an internship. Email me, mitch@tabian.ca. Tell me about it. I want to know about the questions they asked you, what went well, what didn't go well, all that kind of stuff. What's the future for Android? Android is a monster. They have, 80% of the world's devices are run on Android. Android is not going anywhere. I actually think that Android used to be at a pretty big disadvantage compared to Apple products. because Apple products had better software, they had better hardware, they were just better overall. But now is not the case. Android's been gaining speed for, I would say, quite a few years now, and the devices are getting better and better. And yeah, Android's awesome. Android is the way to go. Have you applied clean architecture? Of course. MVVM, that's the architecture. That is the cleanest architecture you could ever use. You have your activities or your views, you have your view model, you have your repository, then you have any other classes that you're using to do things. So that's what I would call clean architecture. I don't know what you call clean architecture. How's Kiba? My dog Kiba, she's great. She turns 8 next month, so she's getting old, but she's still really good. Hi Ashvidge. All right, so now let's go to the YouTube chat. Let's see here. Everyone's saying hello, hello. Rahat, hey man, can you reply? Hi, I'm replying. What's up? What's your question? You haven't asked a question. You said, hey, can you reply? But you didn't ask me a question. Hello, Ashwini. I think that's how to say your name. Ashwini. Hi. She just got a job at she was one of my, I don't know, I guess you would call students. She watches a lot of my videos. She's a member on my website. I talk to her on my Discord channel all the time. She just got a job at a bank in Canada, one of the largest banks in Canada. We only have a few banks, and it's the bank's named TD. She got a job there as an Android developer. So that's really awesome to hear that success story. I love to hear stories like that. Let's see. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. How about my Kiba and my new dog? They're good, as I just said. Love from India, love from Canada. How much do you earn? I earn enough to live. I'm not rich, that's for sure. And especially last year, for example, 90% of my income came from Pluralsight, making Pluralsight courses. So I've stopped making Pluralsight courses for a couple of reasons. One of them is that I want to build my own platform, not a platform for Pluralsight. So I've got my website now and I offer a subscription. So I've taken a pretty significant income hit doing that because obviously it was 90% of my income. But you know, my website is performing really well and it's exceeded my expectations so far. So as long as I keep producing really high quality content, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to bring my income back up to what I was earning at Pluralsight. And it's on my own. It's completely my own platform, which is awesome. And another thing with that too is I can produce content so much faster on my own because Pluralsight, there's a lot of bottlenecks with Pluralsight. Like there's a lot of managerial things that have to go on that just take a lot of time to do. And when I can just produce content from my website, I can produce it like, I don't know, double as fast probably. So I think this is a better way to go overall. In the long run, this is going to pay off for sure. I'm going to be able to make more content, the content that I want to make in the way that I want to make it. So thank you all of you who have become members, by the way. I'm sure there's some of you in here right now because you are supporting my website and my channel in its early stages. Yeah. So let's see what else we got here. What did that say? Legends? Oh, Legend says that Mitch Tabian will reply to this comment. Okay. Hi, Mitch. Could you make a series about creating accounts in Android and sync adapter? Maybe. No plans to do that right now. I want to finish the RX stuff. Going to move into unit testing, and then I'm going to kind of gradually transition into doing almost all Kotlin, if not completely all Kotlin. And then I've been kind of thinking about doing a different type of course. I want to show you guys how to build a website like mine in Python and Django, JavaScript, all that kind of stuff, and then building a REST API on that website, and then building an app that's going to communicate with that REST API, because those are really valuable skills. I know I usually do Android stuff, but I think that it's such a valuable kind of collective skill to be able to do that. Because if you can build a website, so if you can go up to a client, you can interpret their needs, build a website, and then also build an app that can communicate with that website. That's the whole package. That's what everybody is after. That's a super employable thing to do. Make the RX tutorials as soon as you can. I've actually filming those today. I was just filming those. how much do you earn? I'm not going to tell you the exact number, obviously. I think that was the same guy who asked that question. How much do you earn? Doesn't matter. Hello from Panama. Hello. Mitch, why don't you switch to Kotlin? Yes, I'm going to. How much do you earn? I already answered that. Mitch, I enjoy your tutorials and dedication. I guess to read the documentation. I wonder if you do tutorial on preferences, especially with Android X. Preferences, I'm assuming you mean shared preferences. Nothing is really different. Shared preferences is very straightforward. You just get a reference to the shared preferences file, and then you can either save. Actually, there's a blog post. One of the guy who wrote the blog post is actually watching this live stream. Say hello. I think it was, I don't remember which, it was Minik or Mohak who wrote it, but there's a blog post on shared preferences. It was the newest blog post. It's the one that just was posted yesterday, so check that out. That's how to use shared preferences. Let's see. How much do you earn? Same question again. I'm not going to tell you an exact number. Hey Mitch, Exchange RxJava. Yeah, I'm going to do RxJava coroutine stuff. Definitely going to work on that. React Native, I have no idea. I don't use React Native. I don't know much about it other than it's React and that it's need some water. Other than it's React and it's used to make mobile apps. I gotta eat lunch. I'm getting hungry. BCA final year student, want to become an Android developer. Please guide me. So he's a BCA final year student and he wants to become an Android developer. You should take my SQLite for Beginners course 2019 on my website. That's going to be the best thing for you if you're a beginner. So check that out for sure. It's free, so you don't got to pay for it. Let's see. How to improve logic building skills, data structures, and all. I don't know much about data structures, honestly. I don't study them. I personally think it's a waste of time, personally, but you're very unlikely to get a job unless you have knowledge in some kind of data structures, because for some reason all employers want to know, they want you to know data structures even though you will never use them in your job. It doesn't make any sense. It's like a conspiracy theory, and I think in like 5 years it's going to be outdated and people are going to laugh about it and say, why did we want people to know data structures? Because you can just Google it. Like if you have an algorithmic based question, all you have to do is identify what the problem is and then Google the algorithm that best suits that problem. I don't know. But anyway, how to improve your logic skills? It's just practice. I think, I don't think there's any way to hack it, any way to just magically improve. You have to just practice. Do you have any advice for a fresh graduate in computer science getting a job in Android development? Just practice. You got to practice. You got to build things. You got to show the employers that you know how to build things. That would be my advice. I'm an engineer, need some guidance with my project. Can you help me? Sure. I don't know. If I know the answers, I will give you the answers. Message me on Instagram, message me, email me, whatever. Or become a member on my website. Join the Discord channel, and you can ask me and the community who are all in there, and we'll help you solve your problem. Sir, what exactly is Rx Android? It's for doing, so there's two kind of things. Number one is it makes doing synchronous and asynchronous tasks easier. So that means if you have something to be done on a background thread, RxJava, Rx Android, same thing. It makes those things easier. So like where you would have used an async task before, or where you would have used an executor or a thread pool or whatever, you can use Rx and it makes those things much easier. So yeah, so like the guy below you answered, threading. In general, yes, it makes threading easier. Much easier. Much, much, much easier. The second thing that it does is there's a bunch of operators. Sorry, my back's itchy. There's a bunch of operators. So essentially a bunch of methods that you can use that do certain things, like I don't know, for example, filtering. I was just filming the video on filtering. So you can create observable objects from using Rx, and then you could say I passed it a list of custom objects, and I wanted to search that list of custom objects for a specific string in one of those objects. So like imagine the custom object has 5 fields in it, description, title, ID, whatever, 5 fields. and you want to look for a specific string in the description field. So if you had a list of those custom objects, the filter operator would make that very simple, and you could do it on a background thread. So it's like, it's just a bunch of convenience things that would have taken a lot more code to do, and it would have been more complicated in the past. It makes threading and doing certain things easier in general. That would be my answer. Let's see. I should answer Instagram questions because I've been only reading the YouTube chat for a while. Hi from Russia. Hello from Peru. Hello. Do you attend institution to learn, or are you self-taught? In programming, I'm self-taught, but I have a physics degree and I have an engineering diploma. So I did go to school for 5 years. Can you talk about imposter syndrome, which I see you also asking in my YouTube chat, so I will talk about that in a second. What do you think about learning using React, ADB JavaScript, using native Android and iOS? That was a lot of questions. How did you get into Android programming? I just started. I thought it would be I thought it would be cool to learn when I started, because you could build entire projects. Like, you only need, it's like a one-man team basically, and you can build an app. That's why I started. Are you planning to use your degree in the future? I like to think of I use my degree every day. That's what I kind of think of it as. Because like, what do you really have with a physics degree other than a problem solving ability, really? Like, what I got from my degree more than anything was confidence. Like, there's very few things that I run into in my life now that I am intimidated by. Like, if a very difficult problem comes up, there's very few that intimidate me, because I know that I can solve it, basically. And that's what I got from my physics degree, is that confidence and that problem solving strategy, or skill, I guess you would call it, of like taking a problem, looking at it, knowing that you know nothing and you're confused and you're terrified, but you kind of just break it up into parts. You break it up into little pieces, and you kind of just, one step at a time. Take that piece, understand that, next piece, understand that, and so on. Yeah, so what's next with the Instagram? Hello in India, 12:40 p.m. Yeah, it's 11:12 a.m. here. Why don't you do any jobs? Why don't I go get a job is the question. I don't know. I don't really want to, I guess. Like, I want to work on things that I want to work on. I don't want to I don't want to work on somebody else's thing and then at the end of the day have nothing. Obviously you get money. That's why you're paid money to go do that. But I don't know, just doing my own thing seems more interesting to me. And I think that I'm also really afraid, like, if you go get a job, I think that you could very easily get into a place where you'd be doing the same things over and over, or just doing the things that your employer tells you to do, and you wouldn't be learning any new skills. And that's one of the biggest things I'm afraid of, because I like to be learning things all the time. Because if you take a 10-year period and I was to go to a job, and I was doing, say, the last 5 years of being at that job, I was doing the same things over and over again, and I was learning nothing. If you take a 5-year period where I'm allowed to do whatever I want, I'll probably learn in 5 years what I would have learned in like 15. Just, you learn faster, better, more efficiently. You learn how to motivate yourself. I just think it's a better place to be for me personally, but that's obviously not right for everybody. Have you thought about using JavaScript to build mobile apps? So like React Native? I've thought about it, but right now I'm going to stick to native Android. So that was, after how long did you start making money with your digital content? Hey, Steven Martinez. Hey, what's up? This is a guy I've known since I was a kid. His brother grew up with me. We've known each other since kindergarten, and he's in the live chat. What's up? I'm also streaming on YouTube, so I'm doing the dual stream action here. So anyway, the question was, how long did it take to start making money from digital content? So this is kind of a long story, and I don't want to be on here for a while. So long story short, I started making money from YouTube, I don't know, within 6 months, but that's not much money. And basically the real money started when I started doing stuff for Pluralsight. I think that took me about, a year, maybe about a year and a half, maybe. And that was when I started making income that was, an income you could live off of, basically. What do you think about Flutter? I've answered that question before. Looks cool, but I don't know. You'd have to learn a whole new programming language, basically, to with Flutter. It's not, if you're already an employed Android developer and you have skills, it doesn't make a lot of sense, practically speaking, to go and start using Flutter because you have to learn a whole new language. It's a whole new thing. Also, there's I want to. I'm curious to see what Florian says about this because he seems to be very into like the Twitter politics kind of stuff with Android development. Like, what's his name? Jake Wharton tweeted this thing that I saw the other day that Florian then posted on his Instagram. I thought it was hilarious. Apparently, like Jake Wharton is having these internal struggles with some of the Flutter devs. Some guy asked. I'll just tell you what happened. Some guy asked what Jake Wharton thought of Flutter or something about Flutter. And then Jake said, well, I'd love to tell you my thoughts, but I can't because I'm actively being like watched or prosecuted. Prosecuted is the wrong word, but I'll say prosecuted for the things I'm saying about Flutter. So I can't, but email me and I'll tell you what I think, basically. So like, things like that make me, kind of like, whoa, what the hell's wrong with Flutter? Because Jake Wharton is kind of like the Android god. That's what I think of him as. He always speaks his mind. He's a very, 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 very good programmer. He knows his things, his stuff. And so, yeah, for him to say something like that makes me go like, okay, what's wrong with Flutter? I don't know a lot personally. I'm just I'm a headline reader. I'll tell you that right now. So, yeah. So, I need more water. Not used to just like talking constantly like this. Even when I film videos, I take breaks in between. So imposter syndrome, I did want to talk about that. I think that this is something that everybody will struggle with forever, especially in programming because there's so much stuff to know. It's basically impossible to know everything in programming. There's so much new stuff. I would say don't worry about imposter syndrome. You're going to feel like you don't know stuff, but you do. So who cares? Don't worry about it. That's my advice. Who cares? Let's see. I'm going to go soon because I'm getting hungry and I got to walk my dogs. I want to publish my first app this week. Do you have any tips? Not really. Which time of day? I think you should just publish it. Well, my tip actually, so Mr. Poem, I don't know. I want to publish my first app this week. Do you have any advice or tip for which day? I think my advice is don't worry about shit like that. Just publish it and get it out there. Worrying about things like that will only slow you down. So get it out there. That's my advice is do things as fast as possible. That's my answer. How to apply machine learning in Android. Firebase has a machine learning toolkit. That's probably where I would start. I don't know a lot about it. How to encrypt or decrypt files in Android. Do you mean encrypt the APK? So like if you were to put something on the Play Store, or do you mean like encrypt specific files? Yeah, so be a little bit more specific there. What do you think about apps having ads? Would they have good money? I don't know. People tell me they do. I'm not sure though. How much money do you earn by a free app? Don't know. I'm going to Flutter my way to the bags. Okay. How can we implement C, C++ code in Android? I don't know. I know you can do it though. I know you can do that. Amar, I'm not sure. What is RxJava? I already answered that. Go back a little ways and look at my answer. I made a pretty good answer. Why don't you make courses for Udemy? I don't like Udemy. I think they're criminals. I don't like the way they do business. I should make a video on that one day. I don't want to talk about that because there's a fair bit of detail, I guess. But but what you can do is go to SentDex's YouTube channel. Here, I'll type it in the chat. SentDex. I'll type it in the Instagram chat too. SentDex, and search his channel. and search his channel for his Udemy video. So he made a video on why he doesn't like Udemy. Basically, I agree with everything he said. Also, they treat their authors really terribly. I think, like, you make a course and if you make a course and you post it for like $100, they can sell it for like $2. And I don't know if that's correct numbers, but a very low amount. And they just kind of do what they want with it. I don't know. I don't like it. There's other reasons. Watch the video on SentDex's channel. Hello, Fami on Instagram there. Will you provide a data caching series free in the future? Probably not. I probably won't do a data caching series that's free because I have a really, really good data caching course on my website already, which is the REST API MVVM database cache with Room. So yeah, and I mean, it honestly, like, my membership is, a lot of you say that it's expensive, but it's honestly so cheap. It's very, very cheap. Like, think about how much money you spend on a university education. If you even bought a year membership on my website, that's $240 Canadian, which is only like $170 US. Having that is better than 4 years in university. It is. I'm willing to go on the record to say that if you become a member on my website and you don't do anything but watch my courses for that year, probably even 6 months, honestly, you will have more knowledge and a better education than university for 4 years. I'm willing to put that on the line. It's so worth, and like, for such a small fraction of the cost, it's insane. It's not expensive. It's cheap, like very, very cheap. And eventually in the future, I'm going to raise it. Like, when I get too many members, I'm going to double or triple it. So that's why that's part of the reason why I have the founding member subscription. If you become a founding member, you're guaranteed to only ever pay that price. So the other ones aren't. Just so you know. And I did answer the imposter syndrome question, by the way. Imva, you asked me again. I said, don't worry about that shit. There's always going to be stuff you don't know. That my advice is, you don't know things. Accept it. There's a lot of people that everybody else also doesn't know things. That's it. That's the answer. Just don't worry about that. It's just going to slow you down. It's going to make you sad. Just do the things. Just do stuff. You know things. You know things. When did I start programming? About 3 years ago, when I was 26. Java is going to end and Dart is going to introduce to learn Android. We are confused what to learn. I think you should learn Kotlin if you're going to do native Android. If you're going to do Android, learn Kotlin. If you're just starting out, that's what I would advise. That would be my advice. But also, it's not bad to know Java, because if you know Java, Kotlin is very similar. If you know Kotlin, you'll be able to use Java. If you know Java, you'll be able to use Kotlin. They're both very similar. Hi, everybody on Instagram just joining. No, I'm not going to start iOS development. Greetings from Colombia. Hello, Oscar. Hey, Mitch, what's your motivation? From Robin. I like to make things. That's probably my biggest motivation. I like to make things, and I like to learn new things. That would probably be my biggest motivation. I also kind of just stumbled into like making online videos. I had never made an online video, and I just made them, and I kind of just fell in love with it. I like to teach. I really, really like to teach. Obviously, there's things I could do for more money right now. Like, I could go get a job as a programmer, and they're paid very well in the US. But I like to do this. So am I going to make an RxJava app? So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the RxJava lectures. So that's like all the individual operators. And then I'm not like fully committing to this, so don't like put me on record here. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to build an app at the end of all those lectures, integrating a bunch of things. Again, not fully committing to this, but it might be like a 10 lecture course, just like a really short course using RxJava to do a bunch of different things, like access a local Room SQLite database, that kind of stuff. Hello from Indonesia. Hello. I was contacting you about the app. The polylines. The issue is Google Cloud downgrade. Is there a free method? I don't know. I don't recall. I was contacting you about the polylines. The issue is Google Cloud downgrade. I don't know. I can't remember, so I'm not sure. Encrypt and decrypt files I download like a PDF or video. No, I'm not sure actually, but I mean, I'm sure you can do it. So I don't know. I don't have an answer, but I'm sure you can do it. All right. I'm going to quickly go through all of these questions, and I'm going to end the stream. So let's go. So looks like Instagram questions are good. Let's go and finish the YouTube stuff. So let's see. The membership better than internet? Yes. Video format? Yes. Your courses on your website are great. Thank you. Should beginners start with Java or Kotlin for Android development? I don't know. I think Java. I think Java probably. Like, it's not gonna hurt you to know some Java, and Java's gonna be around for a while. But definitely, like, you gotta know Kotlin. You gotta make that transition to Kotlin, which is what I'm gonna be doing soon. They are requesting billing. I believe they requested billing before. You always had to give your billing information, but you never had to pay anything. So they will take your credit card, but you probably won't be charged. Is RxJava going to be dead after MVVM? I don't think so. I think MVVM does a lot of things better, and it fits better overall in the architecture if you use live data. Because RxJava isn't an architecture also. It's just a way to do threading easier, a way to do certain processes easier. MVVM is both an architecture and it implies live data. So live data is included in the MVVM architecture. So the live data does a lot of things that RxJava can do, and it fits better into the MVVM architecture. So it's better to use live data in some cases as opposed to using RxJava. But I still think that RxJava has a lot of advantages in terms of threading. It makes different threading things. Whenever you have to use background threads, it makes it a lot easier with RxJava. So RxJava, I think you should use both, really, is what it is. You should have places where you make use of RxJava, but MVVM is the best architecture, and I think live data is also great to use. So the answer is both. And also, you can convert observables into live data. You can convert live data into observables. I laughed because I saw Florian's comment that says my app is crashing. Why? Okay. Let's see. Okay, Mitch, I trust your content and the knowledge you provide by you. Can your videos be downloaded for local watching? Yes. So if you become a member, all videos can be downloaded. Everything can be downloaded if you're a member. Hey, I have enabled Places API, but still not getting autocomplete search. I don't know. I haven't looked at those videos in like 2 years. So, yeah. And that's a very vague question. Like, hey, I have enabled Android Places API, but not getting autocomplete search. What did you try? What didn't you try? What's the errors you're getting? Did you insert logs to see if you're getting stuff? It might have changed. Like I said, I haven't looked at it in like 2 years. Oh, I got more questions on Instagram. Will you do a tutorial on Dagger? Probably not, because Florian did them and his are good. So I don't see a point in doing duplicate content, but maybe I might do like a crash course or something. Do you think Room is better than Realm? I've never used Realm, but Room is what's recommended by the Android documentation. And I can't see anything that Room can't do. Like, I don't see any limitations with Room. So Room seems pretty awesome to me. Courses of Pluralsight. What is this? And course of Pluralsight. Salutar. Hi. I think you're just saying hi. Okay. Have a good day, everybody. Yes. Hi. What are your thoughts on coroutines? Coroutines look awesome. So this is why Rx appears to be not super useful, but still useful. Like, still good for things, but like not as useful as I originally thought. So Rx is good for threading, good for doing operators that do cool stuff. So the problem is that live data with MVVM sort of displaces some of the threading advantages that you get with RxJava, and then Kotlin coroutines sort of displaces some of the advantages with the threading. So there's still like a few things that RxJava does that you can't get from anywhere else, like the operators, but there's a lot of other things that are displacing it. Like I said, live data with MVVM and the Kotlin coroutines for threading. So yeah. All right. Everyone's just saying hi. How much do you sleep and work? I sleep usually 7 hours, 7 hours a night. I work. I'll quickly go through my schedule because there's only a couple questions left. So I get up at between 7 and 8 every day. I work till 11 or 11:30. Right now it's 11:30. It's getting a little later. I consider this work. Then I walk my dogs and I eat lunch. That takes about an hour. Then I get back, so it's about 12. By the time that's done, I go back to work until about 3 or 3:30. At that point, I go to the gym and I walk my dogs again. I come back, it's about 5, and I work until generally 7. But if I have something that needs to get done, I'll work till the time I go to bed. But generally, it'll be between 7 and 8. Like I said, though, if I have something that needs to get done and needs to get done like now, then I will work till I go to bed. That means 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Like when I rebuilt my website, that's basically what I did because I needed to get it done fast. Because I was making that transition from doing Pluralsight courses to making content on my website and having a subscription. So I was working till like 10, 11 every night. But that's rare. That doesn't usually happen. I only do that if I'm really trying to push something out quick, maybe before I take a vacation or something. So Hindi's going good. Just look at your blog. Thanks a lot. Found what I was looking for. Great. Yeah, lots of good content there. Okay, we're done. Been through everything. Oh no, there's more questions. I need to scroll down. Oh, damn it. How do you remember or learn by reading docs? What methods? I think you just get better with that over time, reading the documentation. It's like I remember when I was first learning Android, docs were not my friend. They were very hard to read. Also, they've improved though in the recent years. They have more examples. So I would say like look at what they're doing, but then like have Android Studio open and try to implement what they're trying to show you because you have to try it. You can't just read it. I want to know what is possible. I'm ever going to regret learning any programming language thinking that I had learned instead of what better situation. So the question there is, there's a lot of programming languages. Which one should I learn? Basically, I think it doesn't matter. And if you talk to any experienced programmer, they're going to tell you the same thing. It doesn't matter. The point is to just start learning something and learn something that you're interested in because it's important to stay interested. And the reason it doesn't matter is because you don't know anything. You don't even know what you don't know right now. So just learning anything is going to help kind of build that big picture. And then once you know the big picture, you have an idea of the big picture, then you can go and learn other languages. And it's much easier because they all kind of follow the same general guidelines and processes. Is there a way to run Android test and unit test all at once? Don't know, but I'm going to do a unit testing course and series soon. So soon you'll have that information. Do some quick yodeling. I'm not going to do that. No. Why would you ask that? That's my question. Are you going to do more courses in Pluralsight? Christian says, oh, I don't think so. I'm focusing on my website and producing content for my website now. So probably not. It's possible, but probably not. Better to switch from Java to Kotlin. Yes, Kotlin is better. I think, in my opinion, I think Java is still good, but Kotlin is better. How do you remember or learn from reading docs? What methods do you do to make it sense? But you have to, Oscar asked me that. You have to just try, like I said, because the docs, usually what the docs do, when they give you an example, they put some classes in the article, but they don't put all the classes in the article. So you have to go to the GitHub page. Like if you read it on the Android developer documentation, there's always, the samples are on the GitHub page for the Google samples page. So you need to go, and there'll be a link in the lecture. So go to the Google sample, look at the actual code for that project that they're referencing, and look at that too. You have to look at both. You have to and try it out. Like try to do what they're teaching you, and you have to do it. Reading it is not good enough. You gotta do it. For Android Associate Developer Certification, should I have knowledge of traditional ways like HTTP URL connection, SQLite helper for retrofitting room? I don't think so. I think so. I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. But like what I would do is if I went to an interview and somebody asked me to do something stupid like use an HTTP URL connection to do something, I would say, okay, number one is you probably don't want to work at that place because they don't know what the newest stuff is. Like nobody does that. Nobody ever will do that now. Or if they ask you to like download or display a bitmap by downloading it with an HTTP URL connection, I'd be like, why? Why aren't you using the powerful libraries that are available? I would say look at the documentation. Look at what the professionals who build these things are recommending you do. That it's not that. Same thing, same answer if they asked me about async task. If they said, use async task to do this thing, I would say, no, I'm going to use RxJava, and it's going to be a much cleaner result, and it's going to be much easier and better. So I don't know. That's what I would do, but I know that probably a lot of people wouldn't do that in an interview, but I would. I literally wouldn't like apply to places who asked me to do things like that because I think it's a waste of time. When did I start learning coding? I already answered that. It was about 3 years ago. DApp is the future. Will you be covering this in the future? Maybe. Somebody else mentioned DApp to me actually earlier today. I don't know anything about it, but maybe. What is yodeling? I'm not going to answer that because if I answered that, then I would have to yodel. So I will not be doing that. Kotlin will be starting soon, probably in June. Would you do like a food services app in the future? Maybe. Could you become Android dev, get a job in a year? Probably not. I would maybe web development. Yeah, I think Android is much harder to learn. There's a lot more to know. I think it's unlikely for you to be able to go from zero knowledge to an amount of knowledge that you could get a job as an Android developer in a year. Which one to choose? Job killer, alarm manager, sync adapter, GC. What? I don't know. For what? So Murad, for what? Work manager is the answer. I think work manager, off the top of my head, probably work manager, because that's what the Android docs recommend for doing any kind of a scheduling tasks, scheduling anything. They recommend work manager. It's the newest, the hot, cool, new thing to use. Mental health for devs. Don't want to get into that. I'm trying to burn through these questions so I can stop. Is there an easy way to learn MVVM with Kotlin? No. Watch my MVVM courses and you'll learn MVVM. Kotlin is just a different language, so that, just learn the different language. Florian versus Mitch. You mean in an arm wrestle? Obviously, Mitch. Have you seen these? Florian I don't even know what Florian looks like. He could be like 300 pounds, actually. I don't know. Although he says he lifts weights, so I don't know. I went from zero to creating a full application in 2 years following your courses, LinkedIn Learning, and Pluralsight. Awesome. Coding and Flow, hi code. Look, Florian, you're stealing all my users. Get out of here. Everyone's trying to say hi to you. I'm gonna hijack your live stream when you finally do one. How about that? What are the major things to know in Android to get a job as an Android developer? That's a good question, but I don't agree with you about getting a job in 1 year. I got my first job 10 days after some Android courses. I don't know where you're working, but you don't know shit after 10 days. I'll tell you that right now. Like, that is, I'm going to call you out on that one. Like, there's a lot to know about Android development. It is not an easy thing to learn. There's like the volume of things that you need to know is like, if you did get a job, congratulations. I'm not saying like you shouldn't get a job or whatever, but you're not going to be doing any kind of important tasks as an Android developer who's known Android for 10 days. You're probably doing like paperwork or like things that the real devs need you to do, which is not bad either because you're getting experience. So either way, good for you, but you definitely aren't like a great developer after 10 days. That's not even remotely possible. Yeah, barely scratched. You still you don't know what you don't know at that point still. But anyway, I'm going to end this. I've been on here for longer than I wanted to. I'm going to walk my dogs and I'm going to eat lunch and I'm going to get back to filming. So thanks for watching. I'm ending the Instagram live stream and now I will end the YouTube live stream. See you later.